opponents in the group, of course, is they're looking for this loss because most likely his other ChopsDizel has to still face the top and the bottom player of the group still. So if everything holds up, we end up seeing him lose to Raspberryfloof and beat Amatsu, then we're going to see that three-way tie, but we shall see. That's the story for both tonight and, of course, his match against Amatsu DF whenever that occurs.
Alright, and we have a countdown in IRC. We will be going momentarily. I don't know, I think I'd like to see something. Let's see Magic Powder in Link's house.
Also, welcome to Hacksaw, one of the members of the group going for the three-way tie. Here to witness the insanity. So we've already got a deviation. We've got a Link's house start versus a Sanctuary start.
Unfortunately, I didn't catch what was in Link's house.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch it either. Raspberryfloof looking like she's going for the fairly standard play nowadays, which is the escape first play with the tree pull. Arrows from the tree. Hey Hacksaw, I messaged you on Discord to tell you I was here. Rupee from our uncle. Didn't catch what was in... I'm assuming it was something good in the Lumberjack Cave from the wall pulls that ChopsDizel just did. Commentary miles behind. Fantastic. I've refreshed as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've really got much change, but we'll see.
It's a sword upgrade in the Lumberjack Cave.
Okay.
Not necessarily required, but... if Aghanim happens to be required, that's not a bad reward to get from him. Got Moon Pearl in Blind's basement. That was a little bit of love. Yeah, I missed it on Dizel, but yep, glove is also required, so that's already 2/3 of the way to avoiding Aghanim. I don't think you're going to do that sword. You're going to go get that sword if Aghanim's not required. Actually, I think a sword up there makes Aghanim even less likely, because logic will require at least one sword, if not two.
Indeed.
He's full heart in tavern. Second bottle in the library. And 50 rupees for the race game prize. Raspberry gets her blue mail. Just an arrow upgrade from the drained dam. With another big 20. Not really a whole lot. Still no weapons, so yeah. Dizel isn't even going to attempt a mini Moldrum Cave. I think Raspberry might with 10 bombs, if it comes down to it.
Sorry about that, trying to see if I'm having a technical issue or... Anyways.
Dizel is going to do backdoor escape here.
It's always a fair play to make. I typically like to make this play pretty much right as I get gloves as well.
Yeah, and then you just wait for a weapon and go for Hyrule Castle. No key in the back door.
No map either, was there?
No, I did not see a map either.
It's always nice to see, although it doesn't change the fact that you can get them both in the front.
These keys either in the one chest in the Dark Escape or in the first chest of going down to Zelda.
I'm pretty sure the key can be anywhere in open mode.
I don't think it can be in the bottom two chests of when you go to Zelda.
Oh, okay, maybe not.
Do a key lock. Well, 2 heart containers in Mini Moldrum Cave, but still no real progression yet.
Fortunately, also still a decent bomb counter on there. Yeah, okay, Hacksaw said it could be anywhere. I was pretty sure it could be anywhere, because you don't need that key until Dark Rooms. Heck, you don't even technically ever need that key to be able to full clear it in open mode. Obviously, by the time you do full clear it, you'll get it, but...
Yeah. Ice Rod cave check.
I'm partial to the early Ice Rod cave check myself still. It hasn't paid off very often, but it just feels like one of those things that never has a good place to be routed in, so why not now? ChopsDizel didn't get this chest the first time. I didn't realize. Fortunately, just that bomb upgrade. Not too much coming through at the moment.
Looks like the only real play left are Sahasrara's hut and Eastern right now.
Well, and Front of Escape.
Yeah. Front Escape too.
The other small location that can be done would be, well, actually, I think the only other real small one is Agina's Cave.
Yep.
And if we exclude sequence breaks. Oh yeah, we can get to Zora. We can get to Zora's side. So we could go all the way to Zora if we decided to you know, go for 500 rupees. No, Raspberry, you need that bomb. Actually, she's pretty good on bombs, so.
Lamp and a sword.
Well, that unlocks like everything. Okay, not everything, but oh, and money. So Zora's on. Look at that, Zora's back on the table too.
Dizel look like he's headed over to Mini Molten Cave for his heart containers.
So Raspberryfloof starting off with a fairly sizable early lead in here, unfortunately, just due to the routing strength.
Yeah, yep, cape or sword.
Yeah, cape or a sword to unlock egg in it now. But then also another glove or a hammer will also unlock dark. So.
Yeah, I think I'd be really disappointed if I found the cape in Eastern right now. Actually, Death Mountain, the first few chests of Death Mountain are open. Spectacle Rock, Old Man.
Yeah, and doing Old Man is never a waste of time really at this point, because it just unlocks the safe quit point as well. So it's pretty much. I'm not sure there's ever really a wrong time to do Old Man, aside from you've got some really heavy value to do. And you never know when he has bow. I've seen that seed where Hour of Hera and Eastern were both available, and each one had the weapon to complete, or the Old Man had the bow, and Eastern had the weapon to finish Hera. That was a fun seed.
Caught one item for sure in Eastern, that was 10 arrows. Just from the big chest. Only one other location, the vanilla. Big key, of course.
And armor.
Yeah. Well, you can't check Armos right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so 6 Eastern, 3 Tower of Hera, and Green Pendant Desert.
₹300. Well,
that's an item. I don't think it's one that
pretty much all the money you're going to need for the seed, even if you want to check Zora and...
Chop's getting his lamp and sword. He's not happy about that sword. Raspberry checking the sewers to find her not very much. Is there anything? We didn't find anything of real value in Eastern there, did we?
Doesn't look like it. 300 rupees, 10 arrows, and I don't know if there was if they found the third item.
Yeah, we'll have to pay a little more attention as Dizzle goes through it here, but I would imagine that Raspberryfloof is going for the mountain.
Hyrule Castle front door is probably decent too.
True, and as we said, the old man is a pretty free item at this point in the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you got like a flute, like unless you got flute from Hyrule Castle.
Yeah.
Even then, it's still not a huge one.
The only time I can consider it a risk is if you pretty much get flute so late and somehow no lamp. And you pretty much come to Death Mountain with being able to clear it light and dark world.
Yeah, so I didn't catch the first item on ChopsDizel's screen, unfortunately. There, still,
Neither. +5
first one
arrows.
was also +5? Okay,
Exactly.
so we have all 3 items from these. If Ender's right, and there was 2 quivers. Oh no, first chest was a big key.
It's in the
But okay, but no, we still that's still 3 items because you said that there was arrows from this chest. Okay, I know what's I'm onto this now.
So it doesn't look like anything up Death Mountain, so it's you gotta find a hammer or cape or mitts very soon.
No one wants to gamble on Agina's cave. People don't like going there unless they're doing desert or have flute.
Yep.
Of course, everyone, don't forget to give our runners a follow here. They're both putting on a fantastic race for us.
There was a hook shot in the map room chest in Hyrule Castle, I believe. It opens up east side Death Mountain.
Alright, looks like we've got a nice hook shot actually coming out there for ChopsDizel as he gets into there. You guess I missed on Raspberry here as I was transitioning stuff around. So of course, unfortunately, Raspberryfloof making the play a little early, but at the same time, it works out overall in the long run because once again, she's still got that save quit point, and it's not a huge time loss to have to go the north side and then save quit back afterwards. Doesn't look like either player's going to be making the Dark Room play, though. As that would be, as it does, from my count here, there is one more item left in the Dark Room in Hyrule Castle, and I don't believe Raspberryfloof made it while I wasn't paying attention. I'll take that as correct with Hacksaw's statement of no one death warping.
Yep. And it doesn't look like, yeah, Dizel's going to do that either. We got
some flippers. Missed the flippers there.
Yeah.
Around. I think Dizel forgetting that he already did the back. Oh no, he just probably wants to do it escape from this side. Okay, it's not actually an awful decision from him to go from the backside, because the backside is actually not a entirely long ways away either. Although he missed the rad. Catch that rad. Didn't catch the item on the mirror rock. I'm not doing a good job of watching both streams. Anyways, everyone, resident sleeper cave.
Yeah, very interesting. Now, no Dark World access. It's like not really many places in Light World to go.
A bloomerang, everyone. It's a bloomerang.
No, not yet. They just got flippers. It's probably... Oh, Master Sword. So that opens up Aghanim. Aghanim could be required even with the sword upgrade on in Lumberjack Cave. But I think you can check all the flipper spots now.
Yeah, it's enough items that are unlocked immediately with flippers, but it's worth doing that before Aghanim. Other items might not quite unlock enough.
Nothing on Hylia Island. Just a big 20.
Yep. ChopsDizel is going to unlock his mountain save quit.
Yeah. Well, Flippers ends up empty. That just is Agnes Cave. Assuming Raspberry goes to
Bobo
Zora
has
in that
Bobo
area
has a
afterwards.
nice 50 rupees for us, so that's not changing anything yet.
Has more money to give to Zora.
Raspberryfloof having a little bit of trouble navigating the posts. It's a common enough problem, though. Those posts can be sticky. No pun intended.
I think Boots makes the Aghanim play more appealing, because then it's assured. It's still Boots locked for Aghanim's item, though.
Yeah. What do we have? Oh, another sword. We have another sword.
Is that all four? So that's all four of them. And well then, so yeah, Aghanim guards the butter.
Which now makes Aghanim less enticing, because Butter Sword's not really the big... Oh, and ChopsDizel taking a death here. Not really where you want to take a death, but with half a heart, I can't really... Trying to run past all dead rocks. Unfortunately, can only do so much. Zora with some life lessons. Slightly higher return than normal, but still life lessons.
90% gone. Yep, Lumberjack is sword number 4. First sword they found, and last sword they may have to get, because only item location I think is accessible is what? Aghanas Cave, right?
Yeah, Aghanas Cave I think is about all that's left, and Raspberryfloof's deciding to make that play. Which I can't blame her entirely. I feel like it is time to just do Aghanim and get it over with, but especially since you have a hook shot as well. It's already basically saying you have access to all of Dark World. Go do it. But gotta do whatever you feel comfortable doing. And it could be the play. It could very well be a hammer or another glove upgrade. Or a book, or a mirror, or anything else that unlocks more items. Yeah, I'm not even saying that doing Aegon in Aega 1 is the right play, but for myself, I feel like it's the play that I'd go to at this point, if I've avoided Aegon's Cave for this long. Unfortunately, confirmation bias right there, but...
Nope, and we're going to be seeing some Aghanim. Well, not many times you get to climb this tower with a tempered sword, I would say.
Oh, Raspberryfloof hasn't checked the dark room yet, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
ChopsDizel getting his Master Sword. Not happy about it. I have a feeling he might be going straight to Aegon. Especially if he feels like...
Yeah.
If he feels like he's behind. Sanctuary. Where does Sanctuary have him going?
I'm not sure offhand. I thought he already had the dark room item.
He definitely already had the dark room item. That's how he got it. This might be his most comfortable way to go to Zora.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, we know that he could circle around Zora and just check and take the warp back, because you do have to do a little bit of circle around. You're not going to ignore Tempered at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Which I don't think there'd be many scenarios you'd ignore Tempered at all.
I don't think there's any situation where you ignore Tempered if you have the option to get it. Like, Ledge is about as bad as it could possibly be for option to ignore it. Aside from Lumberjack Cave.
Yeah, just one spin because of Tempered.
Master Sword not one spin?
I think Master Sword needs 2 hits with the spin.
Okay. I know it, well, unless we're talking about the mace guys. We're talking about the mace guys. We're talking about the fast guys. I thought you were talking about the fast guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fast guys, I think, need 1. Mace guys need 2. Pretty solid Ega Tower going on here. Tempered Sword making things pretty easy when you can one-shot all the blue guards. Oh, a fall there, though, unfortunately. Not overly costly. Basically cost her, what, 3 seconds? Basically not costly at all.
Yeah.
It's not as annoying as getting knocked off by the last guard in the next... In the last room there.
It's like Dizel is going to circle back and we'll see the island and Hobo, or the bridge.
Yep.
Kind of the bridge.
The one part that did end up routing nicely into it is the fact that you can get to Hobo, then save and quit. Which is always nice, because Hobo's sort of one of these places that's also in the middle of nowhere. You don't really want to do it if you don't have to. and come all the way back.
The only option left for Dizel is to check Aghanim Cave if he wants to avoid Aghanim.
Yeah, the seed got rid of most of the easy sequence breaking fairly early. Gave us the lamp, gave us the flippers. Like, oh, well, that's no fun. Can't sequence break if you give us those. So yeah, both players making the same overall play. Just the routing and execution from Raspberryfloof faster overall. By the way, I should have been calling. How many blue balls are we expecting to see here?
I can't. We've already had one. I say we gotta go 3 cycles, so 2 more.
Three is my fairly standard call, just by virtue of the fact that it's just enough to make it, but I'm gonna go with like 8, even though I'm not sure it's actually still possible. I don't think it's possible anymore.
No, I think that was 2 blue balls there. Yep. So now lightning coming up.
Yeah, it was definitely not possible. That was guaranteed to be the last hit right there. I think, because I think the first one's always a.
Yep. First one's always one. And due to the randomizer, both players will be getting the same patterns too.
Okay, so we have. I didn't quite catch like any of that. I caught red pendant on swamp and everything. I never caught where
red pendant and blue. Turtle Rock is blue pendant. I didn't catch what Crystal 5 was though. I think Eastern 6.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Eastern 6. Yeah.
And cape on the pyramid.
Well, that's one way to do it, but they gave us all the swords, so who cares? Oh, are we doing catfish?
Catfish now, or do you just go straight across?
So now, the other question is, do you save and quit after catfish? Which I feel like is actually the faster way to navigate this, since you've done Aghanim.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, there. Nice fairy drop for Chops there. Well, it's better than nothing, Catfish. Raspberry not saving and quitting. But one of the few things that she's done that's been, I'm fairly certain I can say that it's suboptimal, but
probably pretty close either way.
It's fairly minimal either way. If you had mirror, it would definitely be the right call, but if you had mirror, it'd be pretty different seed. So we are skipping pod for now, which I'm not surprised about.
Yeah. Only without bow,
you're only guaranteed 1 item, and you're only guaranteed 3 items that aren't considered bow locked. Even if you do get a key on the first chest. Of course, they just gave us cape, so it just gave all the more incentive to go up this way. Hey, you just did Aghanim? Here, we'll give you a cape and access to the ability to go to the bumper cave. Here is... boots!
Oh!
What are those?
Definitely gonna take those.
Definitely gonna take the time to get those. Oh no, we lost 30 seconds getting some Saves us like minutes on the hour. We were entirely insignificant on the library, right?
Yeah, I don't think it had anything.
But we can get that butter sword if we want. As soon as we go back to the light world.
And if you had mirror right there, probably
you would have got butter if you had mirror by that point.
probably.
Imagine first chest in pod was mirror. That would be trolly for so many reasons.
Oh yeah.
Good old open. Oh, she's just going in. It's not an awful play to go in immediately, but I do always find I do always like clearing the village first, just to see if you, especially when you don't
I think
have a
she's
camera yet.
setting up a death warp. Get the 4 items and then death warp.
That could be very true. Or however many items she can get and then death warp. Like, oh, yep. Will she go back in?
I don't see why not.
Well, it depends on if she is playing to. It depends on if she's playing to beat it right now or not. Which it looks like she is. Because the one reason is if you're going past the first 4 chests, you sort of want to check it just in case the hammer's in one of the other 2 locations that are easy to get before. But it's not a wrong decision either way, of course. The only way it becomes wrong is if the hammer is in one of those 2 locations. And not in the dungeon. It's in the dungeon. Hey, it's definitely the right one.
Oh, she is going to complete.
Yep.
Thieves Town.
Dizel finishing up his Aghanim fight and picking up his cape.
I think we saw 3 items. I know I saw 2 big 20s. I don't know what was in the first chest. In Thieves.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either.
Crystal 5 is pod.
Pod.
Piece of heart. Thank you, Ender.
Which we already knew because the tracker had it. The tracker's all over.
Yes.
I'll power it to Ender here. Chops make the same starting play as Raspberryfloof did. Yep, yeah, just has to hope that Big Chest doesn't have that item now.
Yeah, I guess finding 3 items early, it's less likely. The big chest to have the 4th.
But we all know that less likely doesn't change the fact that the other always in the last spot we check, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course, the other side to that is that means you're clearing this dungeon for 1 item and you can't full clear it technically. I mean, you can finish it, but you just can't get the chest behind big chest.
We'll just stop the heartache here. This chest will just give us the item. Yeah, actually, does this one have to be the key?
Yeah, that one would have to have been the key.
Or can Blind have the key?
I've never seen Blind have the key. Because I think you can get down here with the... No.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
You could switch the switches and walk down there before you break the floor. X-Keeper, the race is looking, we're pretty solidly in Raspberryfloof's favor right now. They've all done the same things, but Raspberryfloof's just done it faster at the moment. And I think we're going to continue that trend here, which isn't going to be an awful thing because boots are on Bumper Cave, and so hopefully Chops will go check that.
Yeah, it was a Aghanim required seed, so not a huge amount of route variation to this point.
Yeah, full cleared the overworld that we had available to us and did Aghanim. We also had the Butter Sword in the Lumberjack Cave, so we could very well see our runners head back to that at some point. Now that Aghanim's done and they have well, actually, Chops does not have boots. He skipped.
Yeah, and he's not going to check Bumper Cave. Hopefully, I could understand maybe wanting to go up there and check the cave item after you get boots, so you can do both and maybe mirror.
Yeah, it's just a lot of items that need required, but it's Raspberryfloof forgetting how to get into the Skullwoods without, or forgetting that Dad had his Titan Mitts locked for a moment there, so she's just gonna walk around and go outside of Kakariko for a moment here real quick. Or sorry, Village of Outcast.
It looks like on the chat, Blind dropped the map and compass, so looks like the big chest will have an item.
Book!
So, reading material.
Book's an interesting little one to find, but doesn't change my whole statement about you should do it before.
Oh, and silver's in Skull.
Not the hugest of deals, but...
Yeah, not with Tempered already, it's...
Trying to hookshot to the skull and falling into pits instead always hurts. Literally and figuratively.
But because we do know where boots and we have a fire source, I believe that means desert could be fully completed now. For that green pendant.
Yep. And given when they gave it to us, it's probably even the next play to make. Assuming we don't find anything else in Skullwoods that will lead us elsewhere. Or on our way down through our southern route, which I'm sure we're going to see here fairly shortly from Raspberryfloof as well. I'm sure once she finishes here, she'll finish up Thieves Town. Hopefully. Hopefully she hasn't forgotten that, because I know there's a number of runners who've done that one.
Probably save and you could maybe save and quit. Unless you want to do Digging Game too.
Well, you have Digging Game, Stumpy, and Hype Cave.
Oh yeah. Never mind. Something different.
Because you can't do frogs yet.
I think they had Hammer for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, Hammer would be good, but we unfortunately don't have that one. Interesting little seeds. It's always interesting when seeds give you enough to do a bunch, but not enough to do everything this quickly. Opens enough for the world to give you options, but not enough to let you go everywhere.
Okay, good. Raspberry's about to pick up her book. On the last bomb, too.
Missing that book could have actually spelled a comeback for Chops just from that. Could have. Because it's also a pendant, so who knows? But it's also the green pendant, so it has that double-edged sword to it.
And even without Tempered makes Landmola's not too much of a loss.
Indeed.
Compared to getting the fire. I mean, yeah, you prefer to have the fire rod or silver arrows and bow, but
I'd do Landmola's. I had Fighter Sword one time, but I also came to Samaria, so I just put blocks down and let them do damage to them as well. Good time.
Straight up red rupee from the Digging Game.
Yep. What has Stumpy got for us today? Oh, that skull.
No.
One extra bonk for Raspberryfloof. Just on her way to get a little bit of love. Want a little bit of love. Fortunately, though, as we mentioned before, ChopsDizel's also just losing time based on not having the boots, unfortunately. Especially if he makes the same trek without them. It's so much longer without the boots. Raspberry's out of bombs. Oh! What?
One of the few times you want extra bomb.
What is that?
Oh, and a nice rod.
Well, you know, I'm not sure.
Actually, Hype Cave for once.
Actually, Hype Cave. Although, Ice Rod at this point is also an anti-hype item.
True.
You don't really want to see Ice Rod in Pendant Turtle Rock. Who would have ever thought we'd be getting hype over the 3 bombs? like that's what was the most hype about that cave, not the fact that it actually had items. It's the fact that it had 3 bombs.
I guess Ice Rod can be used in place of the Fire Rod for Landwas.
Can it be?
I think it can.
It's still difficult to use though because it's lower projectile.
I know it can be used for Argus. I've seen Ice Rod Argus.
Even if it can be, it'll still be harder due to the...
Yeah.
Nice cape used by Chops to finish off lines there. Exactly, Ronsu. You always get the free Ice Rod. You hope you don't need it. Can you get a free mirror and mirrorless seeds? No, you gotta go the whole seed without mirror, but Turtle Rockless seeds, now you get a free Ice Rod. No problem.
Oh, Titans, Mitts, and Deserts, but they weren't boots locked.
They were not boots locked. But that does mean that the rest of the dungeon is.
True. That might not be the best sign for Dizel if he decides to go to Desert.
Which, unfortunately, is looking very likely because he can't go back to Village of Outcasts.
And he has no easy way to access that area.
Not until he does Desert.
Until he gets the mitts.
Yeah, not until he does Desert or goes back around. Didn't catch what was in big chest there.
It would be the small key.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. I was about to say, it also couldn't be anything too special by virtue of the fact that she's not going straight to Landless. Well, we're full clear in the dungeon, boys. We're full
Map and compass.
Dude, we could have just ditched. We could have got the big key. We could have got the. Could have got the big key and the Titan's Myths and just gone for Landmo. Have we seen Desert Ledge yet either?
I think it was seen. I don't think it was anything too important.
I guess you probably check it on your way in here. There's, what, 4 more steps or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Raspberryfloof looked, and I didn't catch what it was, but...
Alright, Chop's about to get his hammer.
And 3 more bombs.
Yep.
Don't forget the 3 more bombs. Very important item for Raspberryfloof. Yeah, second item's on Landmo.
Is Chops making the play for Pod?
Might be. Which I don't think is going to be a good play, but we still need Bo. Like, there's plenty of items that we still need to find here. Bo would be a huge one to find, because it could actually put him back in the race. Depending on how long it takes Raspberryfloof to find it, which, granted, probably won't be very long. I'm not sure. There's, well, lots of pipes that opens up the Dark Death Mountain, but...
Yep.
We shall see.
That probably could be a good move to do soon, even if you can't open up, do anything in Turtle Rock yet.
Yeah, Dark Death Mountain's definitely fairly solid there.
Yeah, Lamela's looks like just had another red rupee, thanks X-Keeper.
Dark Death Mountain. Well, yeah, Dark Death Mountain. We don't have a flute. That's not the save. Anyways, let's see. First chest pod. What have we got? If it's a mirror, I called this accidentally like 50. Darn. I was hoping. A little bit. But we're not key locked, so it's not too bad yet.
And do you also do Tower of No, she's I think you do Tower of Hera, Ether Tablet, and then go back and do Dark World Death Mountain without mirror at this point.
Yep. Probably, and you do it from opening Turtle Rock, which is faster to get to the Super Bunny chests anyways. In terms of directly from the portal.
Unless you want to do Spike Cave, which I think is available. Yeah, I think they have all the items for Spike Cave.
Yep.
Actually, a lot of hearts for this point of the seed too, I think.
Yeah. Fire Rod!
Ooh.
Fortunately,
all right.
The Fire Rod is logically bow locked, though. I do want to point that out. So the bow is required before Skullwoods would be available. The back of Skullwoods would be available. As in the current logic, only the first chest, and then the one on the right side bridge, and the one by dropping down are considered non-bow locked. That's not that will, from my understanding, that will be fixed in a later logic, but at the moment, that's
all right.
Because it's not actually logically true, but good job not falling off the bridge there by Chops. Meanwhile, I've got some fun with invincibility frames. Nope, not quite. Try again. I don't think she's trapped now. She'll actually she'd actually be better off letting these tiles hit her so she can death ward. To be fair.
Yeah.
Unless she's got a fairy, which I don't think it's a fairy. I think they got
I think it was a green bottle. Or green potion. 300 rupees. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a green potion. Did we have a sick kid check at any point yet? Probably not.
We did.
Oh, we did? Okay. Did we have that right from the start?
Yeah, I think a second bottle's been found, but I can't remember where that was.
Sorry, yes, green goo. You are correct. Heart piece. Not likely to find too much more behind Bowlock at this point with how many items we've already found. And we also don't have a big key, which is a different problem.
He doesn't. Yeah, he checked everything, so yeah, the big key's key locked and bow locked.
Yeah. So what's his play? He's gonna go pick up his butter sword? Oh no, he can't. He doesn't have boots.
Of course, if he checks Bumper Cave, he's gonna see them right there.
Oh right, he's got hammer. Never mind. I know. He can do all he wants. Mirror.
Oh.
The big mirror. A little late, but you know. Would have been nice as the first item in the dungeon game. But why ever have it as the nice spot? Is that a fast? Oh, it's not. Good, good. Raspberryfloof has got this under control. And a bow! Okay, well, Chops, I think you're not looking pretty anymore, Chops. I think we're Pain and Medallion go mode now. Oh, and a flute. We still need a flute.
Yep. And we haven't found the Cane of Samaria either, right?
That's what I said. A cane and medallions. And then I added.
Yeah, that was amazing, Hera.
Time to find out what Dark Death Mountain's got for us.
Pod also being the 5-6 seed, I can't imagine Floof missing Fire Rod for too long.
No, and Fire Rod's not really important to her right now, because especially since it won't put her into go mode. So I've got Ether. Ether for Turtle Rock.
It was Fire Rod was the big key chest.
Yeah, natural big key chest. It was technically bow locked, but that's relevant.
Oh.
Makes not the one you were looking for, but that being said, we don't really want to see Turtle Rock anyways. Actually, I'm not. Well, the only way we can see Turtle Rock now is if it's Bombos Meyer. Oh, sorry, Flute. We can see it for. Bomb. A little bit of love. A little dinky shield.
I don't know, postage stamp or Fisher Price shield.
A and a bump off the edge after being electrocuted. And a big 20.
Stay on here for... Oh, Spike Cave.
Yep.
And we do have our first check of the back part of Skull here.
Interesting play, given that he should know there's just one item left. So typically, most people would prefer to go for the... We'll go for the Mothula first. Try to avoid having to go for this chest. Because it could be that. Although I don't think we have Big Key yet either, which makes this equally interesting. Because Mothula could just have Big Key.
I think he has to. Because I think all the
True,
other chests have been checked.
Yeah, at this point it has to be Big Key. Raspberryfloof with the actually really good save and quit location for actually got a time save by having her save and quit take her to Pyramid.
Yep. And no reason not to do the Pod Eastern double right now, I don't think.
Nope.
And interesting that both of them are 5-6 crystals, too.
Yep. It's probably not going to mean anything, but who knows? Maybe that's where Kane is.
And I think also Sahasrara.
Yeah, you could do Sahasrara now, too. Yep. If she knows the spot, she should mirror, like, right here, but... that probably works. That shouldn't mirror bonk. Yeah, okay, that's... it's not my spot, but whatever works.
Oh.
For the big rupee.
$1 measly.
Come on, Mothula, give us that key. Give us that key. Thanks, Mothula. Love you.
Raspberry doesn't spend it all in one place.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that Chops has much chance left if Raspberry doesn't go do much more overworld. But we'll see. Plenty of run left, sure, and plenty of places where the cane could be, or other items that we still need. I'm not sure what the fastest way to get to the big chest is. I assume the fast way would be entering the front door and doing the bomb jump, but I think this is actually only marginally slower if you're doing it with the...
I saw a hook shot. If you can stand on the edge and hook shot.
Yeah, you can hook shot to the statues in the bottom, so if he knows that, Powder's not bad.
But also, you could go through the front door or the door here and hookshot past the gaps instead of going the back.
I know he's gonna save and quit. That's not what we wanted to see. Fire rod for Raspberryfloof there. Not what we wanted to see, because we wanted to see him leave Skullwoods and go to Bumper Cave.
Let's see if let's see the Mad Batter. That might be one of the only plays Dizel has right now. Well, like that Raspberry hasn't done yet.
As well say, the problem is most of the dungeon plays aren't going to get him ahead at this point. They're going to make him have items up for a moment, but they're not going to put him ahead because Raspberry's just going to do them whenever she gets them into cycle. Raspberry having a little bit of problem with the spike charge. And Chops is going to get real sad here. We're even more sad now. Because...
Turtle Rock Medallion is Ether. Don't know what Meyer is yet.
Yes. Yes, it's Ether. So Chops is going to get real sad here. He's going to get Titan's Pet, so he'll be happy for a little bit. And then he's going to realize he needs boots, and he's going to be sad at the same time he's being happy. Like, he doesn't even need to go to the other room. He just already knows his boots locked.
He doesn't know it, but technically it means he doesn't have to finish up Desert Palace, because we know the other two items are just money.
Assuming we don't have pedestal.
Assuming that, yes. Well, actually, what could be pedestal left? Flute? Would be the only one I could...
Almost for Meyer, Flute.
Yeah.
Yeah, back at Desert Palace has nothing anyway. This is another part of him trying to catch back up, but he didn't bother he didn't bother jailbreaking a key there, but don't really blame him.
Let's see if Pod has anything else in it. There's maybe about 300. Haven't seen what's in the big key chest because it was Dizel couldn't get to it.
If Raspberryfloof was paying attention, well, actually, no, wait, no, sorry. Big key can be in any chest, can't it? Yes, it
I believe
could.
So.
about to say she should mirror out now, but no, she shouldn't. Should be. So we don't have the compass or the mirror yet, so that means that most likely... Oh right, she already did that side. Okay, she does have the big key. So, Helmasaur doesn't have an item.
Oh.
That's actually beneficial. She doesn't want that item.
Yeah.
She has a mirror, so it's irrelevant. But but that's a health refill. So I think she was aware that that was a beneficial death warp. Nice hookshot clip by Chops there.
Chops picks up both his Quake and his red meringue.
And unfortunately, we're not seeing Chops make any plays that Raspberry hasn't already made, so... I'm not seeing any frame drop on my side on the main... Oh, there was a couple, but... not too much. Well, here's the not so impressive hookshot cave. Oh yeah, there goes PowerPoint presentation, unfortunately. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm not sure if Chops is going to get to Tower of Hera, then realize that he made a mistake, or if he's just intentionally going for Spike Cave. Probably just going for Spike Cave.
I think you realized it, but said there's still Spike Cave.
Yeah. Helmasaur being fairly nice until he spit a fireball at her. It's always nice when he just backs you into the wall like that, just makes the rebound matter less. Fairly nice, 2 cycle, 2 more slashes. One more, there we go. Nice and quick. Nice and quick. There's the map we had. He either had the burrito or he had the nacho plate. And here's the Eastern play that we already mentioned. So no item here, just the other 5-6 people. Sorry, X-Keeper, I'm sorry. Oh god, now everyone feels bad for Helmasaur. What is this? Not feel bad for Helmasaur Day. Kill Helmasaur because it got the 5-6 Crystal Day. Nicely done by Raspberryfloof there. Don't press Y, Raspberry. I'm waiting for the day that I do that.
I did that. I've done that. I had mirror here and then tried to hit this guy with the bow.
But we're safe now. Chops, use the Redarang for this. Probably not being fully aware that the red rank can pick up that key from across the room. Either that or just want to take the chance that it would hit an enemy instead. Floof not having the most fun with the Stalfos and Igor. Okay, she got it. We're good. Nice and done. See the strats. I don't think Chops is on the right side of that for it to be a quick way, but at least he just gets to stand there and take a break.
Yeah, I agree.
Although I can make the same point of it's almost at the same point a better plan to literally just stand there and take all the tiles to the face and death warp. Instead of the death warp for afterwards. So where's our next play? We could, I assume we're doing Skull Woods, especially with where we started.
And maybe confirm pedestal.
Oh, we're gonna go do King's Tomb. I find this an interesting play, given that Ice Palace and Skull Woods are both also still fully completable. She doesn't necessarily need Ether. She needs the Meyer medallion. She doesn't Turtle Rock's a pendant, so she doesn't necessarily need Ether. But Flute, Cane, and possibly another medallion, depending on what Meyer takes.
I think Floof might be picking up her gold sword. Oh!
There's Cane! It's a big red cane. Yep, we're getting a butter sword. That's gonna bong. Yep. Whoops. Whoops, Chops. That's not what you wanted to do. That's awful, actually. That is straight up awful. Like, straight up feels bad, man. Yeah, so here's Raspberryfloof going into presumably Skullwoods. She could also be doing Frog Quest if she feels like it, but yeah, we've got some Skullwoods.
So will she go back for the powder? I know it's in the big chest.
Well, and I could definitely see her doing it now, because as I just mentioned, Frog Quest would also be on her docket for stuff she wants to do.
True.
It would also put her towards the Ice Palace area after she finishes Skull Woods, which also wouldn't be awful, so it sort of turns into a win-win if that's her game plan. Yeah, Flute is conditional go mode right now. It's 1/3 go mode. Or if it's like some other seeds, it's just go mode because the medallion will be in the Meyer shack. It's not actually go mode, but it is. Those off. We could also get a pedestal check. I doubt we will, but it could happen. Not an awful time loss, and depending on how she feels, both between her own play and her opponent's play, it's not an awful check to make just for safety's sake.
Yeah, I I agree, because we both items, well, at least the flute remaining can definitely be pedestal.
And the medallion. If we need a medallion, the medallion has. Probably dip back right away, like that other chest. Well, to be fair, ChopsDizel may not actually need the boot. Oh, yeah, we're getting a pedestal check.
Yeah, because I think by logic you only need 3 swords. The 4th sword is not required for Ganon.
I'm not even sure you need 3 swords.
Well, yeah, you can beat it with. Of course, you can beat, but I think all the logics I've seen have said there's 3 swords.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just kind of like safety, I guess. Nope. I missed what was on pedestal.
Arrow storage.
Ah.
To be fair, I don't think we were really expecting it this seed.
No.
As we said, it was more of a safety call than it was an expectation with how fast this seed's been going. And as I said, I think that's why it's right for Raspberryfloof to do it. For the cost versus the benefit is just huge. Both for peace of mind and for just overall speed. So she did skip out on Frog Quest for now, which I'm not totally surprised about. It's not like it's a bad play to do so when you're 1.5 items go mode. 1 2/3 items? Is that what we consider this? Well, I think the troll was Aghanim.
Yeah, said at the beginning, you know, having a sword on Aghanim locked.
Having a sword that's Aghanim locked.
Less likely.
Having a sword that's Aghanim locked and then giving you 3 sword before Aghanim. It's like, it's almost a reverse troll with how good it is. I'm not sure exactly how Chops... I didn't pay attention to how Chops got down the mountain, but not making quite as crisp the play. Oh, right, he did Tower of Hera last, so his save and quit took him to his house. Or his choice of location. We're skipping Bomb Jump. It's a little... depending on how confident she is in the Bomb Jump, it's technically a little bit of an iffy play still. Because you are in that state of, if I get flute, I might go mode this. But if her statement is more of I need flute and the medallion, not as big of a loss. Raspberry doesn't know bomb jumps? Okay. It's not gonna be a huge deal with what she's got, as long as the keys aren't, like, super dumb. Eventually she'll grab the tongue. Yeah, if you're doing... And that's what I was saying, like, the fact that it's a full clear, most likely, assuming she didn't find the flute in, like, the first chest.
Yeah, and without with Kane, it's very safe too.
Yeah, it's very safe. It's not super slow, and heck, it does prevent you from having to backtrack to the last chest, to everyone's favorite chest. Although, granted, it's even better when that last chest has the big key. So good.
Yeah, nice movement on the ice there.
Overshot it a little bit, but no big deal. Get some hookshot clips here.
Oh,
there's a bombos. So, even if we hadn't checked pedestal now, we'd be one item off of pedestal possibility now.
Oh, Meyer could still be ether too, I guess.
Yeah, Meyer could still be ether, but for pedestal it would have to be.
Yeah.
We'd already have it. But that's sort of irrelevant anyway.
Chest before big chest. I don't think it was anything. I want to say compass, but I'm not sure.
Like, it was in that chest. It's not even untrue. Fortunately, Raspberryfloof not quite knowing the super hookshot strat for that. Hookshot straight across from the door to the...
Yeah, those blocks make me think that they intended you to do the dungeon the other way, or they just...
They did.
Wanted to troll.
Because don't forget, they intended you to come this way to get to to be able to go through the door.
I always thought you had to drop down the normal way.
Oh, sorry, no, they do intend you to go the other way. That's right. Sorry, I'm being silly. Okay, because they expect you to come from this way and then hit it and have to go all the way around. Yeah, I'm silly.
Nicole still won't have a key, so you must have the map or compass, because Ender is confirming that all 3 items have been found.
We're a nice little black fairy right now.
Does she have enough? She has the green potion, so yeah. I think she'll have to use it.
She also picked up bombos.
Oh yeah, never mind. Almost makes a lot.
She might have forgotten that she picked up bombos. Nope. She remembered.
Six and a half heart cold stare. Not
great, but it's butter sword.
True.
Don't. Yeah.
Nice.
It's over. No, the FU chest is the one that you have to is the one that she got second last there. The one past the icy fire bar room with holes in it. Chop's not having the cleanest of Helmosaur fights, but I think he miscounted by 1 or 2 there. It'll be okay though. Nice silver arrow to finish it off. I actually don't know where the silver... Oh, maybe he fired 2. Now the hunt is on. The hunt is on for go mode, and it's not in Turtle Rock. Actually, sorry, yes, it could still be in Turtle Rock. I keep saying that. It's like, no, it's not in Turtle Rock. Yes, it could be. We could find Ether, and then it's in Turtle Rock. Could be Swamp. Swamp's actually probably the smartest play right now, but Frog Quest takes you to Swamp, so...
Yeah, and Raspberry's also going to pick up her powder. I believe she's going to clean up Skullwoods now. Get the big chest.
Yeah, all sorts of fun things to do here. Because Frog Quest is a fairly significant amount of items as well, especially if we include the fact that Powder and Hammer Pegs are in there as well. So I don't think we've seen that from either player yet. I'm not sure if we've seen Hammer Pegs.
No, I don't believe so. Neither player has been in that direction yet.
And there's always...
So,
Or, sorry.
so yeah, I like this cleanup because I don't think there's much left going this way that, like, much left. This almost clears up all the items I think that she can access.
Yeah. Do we still have big chest,
Yeah, there is big chest,
Thieves Town?
Thieves Town, yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we did, but at the same time, been a while. Oh, right, yeah, Kane was boots locked.
Oh, yeah. The Sanctuary Bonk Rocks, right?
Yep.
Bumper Cave's always I think, a tough place to check, especially when you don't have... Oh, he has Mirror now, but... It's a very tough place to check early, even though the seed did give a decent possibility.
We got some nice triple explosions there. I think you can hit all 4 corners of the screen there in, like, a split second. All 4 corners of the item menu.
And what are the breadsmiths making today?
Hopefully that's actually a flute. If it's not, that could totally be a flute. Just not the flute that we're used to being. Let's be honest here, the flute could be anywhere other than in the mire area. Like, there's like 5 item locations that the flute can't be at, and then Ganon's Tower. Like, that's it.
Red mail from Batman here. Good armor. Leaves the riot shield for all the equipment.
Might need it for that laser bridge.
They do have capes, so it's won't logically be needed, but always better to find it if it isn't too much trouble to get.
Chop's struggling a little bit with the bomb jump here. Given that he doesn't have Kane, he sort of requires it unless he wants to do the dungeon the real long way. Nicely done, finally, there.
Actually, Cold Stare has a key, so I don't know if he can do this even with...
He's got hookshot, so he'll be fine.
Okay.
Because as long as you can, as long as you have hookshot, then I believe you're... Well, actually, I know that you don't even need need hookshot.
I thought you needed to warp if even with hookshot. I thought you need to warp if you don't have Kane. If you use,
you can get to
Oh, yeah, no,
Cold Stare with just the hammer. If you can get into end a fight and something to kill Freezors. Because all you need is to do the bomb jump and then go for it.
I was just thinking no bomb jump for a second.
Oh yeah, in terms of what the logic says.
Yeah, so the logic would have, I believe, would have Kane required.
Yeah.
Or ice in this instance, because Cold Stare is the key, the small key.
So we're going straight to Swamp, or are we getting a Bombos tablet check?
I think you check Bombo's tablet.
Yep. And then most likely, and then unless we find Flute, off to Swamp.
Definitely. It's really the only... Not really much places. I don't know if she has really anything to check.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot more overworld left. Like Graveyard Cliff, I think.
Yeah, true.
Did she do that after Mirror? No, she did, because she did King's Tomb.
Yeah,
by itself.
Light World.
Where are we going? Are we going to Swamp or? Oh, we're doing the 5. We're doing Fat Fairy.
Yep.
Yeah, $5 for lunch delivery. Uh-oh. Chops, please. Okay, that'll hopefully be good enough.
Be careful. It goes down pretty fast without half magic.
Yep. You're gonna have to deal with this last one, probably without
get hit by
people away.
the cold stare. Otherwise, don't.
Okay. We're good. We're good. Everything's fine.
That was too close.
Woo! Okay, so I'm not sure how Chops is gonna play the rest of that dungeon. I don't think there was anything required in there, or did he get all the items?
Oh, this bomb. I don't think he got the big chest. He just did the quick ice palace go mode. I don't think he got
Get everything.
Almost. I think he probably did that because he didn't have Cane.
Yeah. Nice bomb placement by Raspberryfloof to let her just walk against the door. Empty
Another
bottle.
And
the single arrow.
Everybody's favorite item to grab. Or to see. So yeah, I think that is just Swamp remaining.
And Turtle Rock. Well, wait, no, we can't do Turtle Rock yet even. So yeah, pretty much Swamp. And then Mushroom and Shovel as we get them.
Oh, she might be thinking something else.
She might be doing Graveyard Cliff.
Oh yeah.
I find Graveyard Cliff an odd play to make over
South of
Swamp.
Grove was done either. But maybe she checked that when she was doing the lunchbox.
Yeah, she did. I didn't really catch it, but I'm pretty sure she was. Yeah, she went there. Ender says she went there. Trust the tracker. Oh, big chest. Big chest. It's the fair play. It's an interesting one because the seed knows that you could have hammered by the time you went here, but at the same time, it wouldn't have expected you to, because it wouldn't expect you to go all the way down to Hyde Cave, then back up and around before you did this, I don't think. But the cave, to be fair, the seed doesn't care what you want to do. It only cares about what's possible to do. Was there an actual item in the last chest? I can't remember. I feel like there must have.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an item. I know Blind dropped the map. I think they had the compass beforehand.
No, in the silly chest. I don't think ChopsDizel got the way back chest either.
No.
And I think that one, the one that was Bombos.
I think Bombos was a big chest. Ice.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see it. 50 rupees. Just, it was totally, it's not even the right color game. Like, give us 5 rupees to fake us out for half a second. That ice rod. Come on, shoot off some ice rod shots. Do it. She remembered about Graveyard Cliff at the last second.
So too. Some more single arrows.
I'm not sure that those single arrows count.
No, they don't, unfortunately.
Hey look, the rat made me drop 6 single arrows! Little bombos.
What's in the out-of-the-way chest?
Well, hello, Swamp. Here we come. Just give us ether. Just
access to Swamp fairly early. You need...
Yeah, we did, but it's an interesting one because, well... Yeah, it's an interesting one because the fact that Terra gave us the bow as well at the same time. So it sort of unlocked a lot. I think Raspberryfloof realizing she doesn't have ether, so she has to do Swamp and not Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I could see that play. If ether, that because you can complete Turtle Rock. Like I guess, well, I guess you can complete Swamp too. But
yeah,
I guess Turtle Rock. You know, to complete it, you pretty much have to full clear it anyway. Well, for Swamp, you really.
Due to a situation, my realization that Argus can have big key, I've now basically decided that I'm like never doing left side first unless I don't have hookshot yet. And that's different because that's a gamble all of its own kind, typically. So it basically made the rationalization that, you know, if you don't find the big key before, if Argus has the big key and you do left side first, then you have to come all the way back in another time just to get the big chest, assuming it's not the map or compass. But that's me. Everyone can of course route Swamp however they like. There's enough fun ways to route enough of these dungeons.
I think we're gonna get ether, and then Flute will be in Turtle Rock because Turtle Rock always has to have something.
Raspberry getting bullied by the spike and the water ball and like everything. Yeah, I don't know, King. I think we can still consider it first chest. I forgot about that key in Swamp Palace. Key Sanity is gonna be a pain in the butt for Swamp Palace. You need the one key for Swamp Palace. You can stand it. Anyways, dropping Key Sanity. That's not what this race is about. Well, boots are required anyways, because you need cane for Meyer regardless. So the one question is, in Swamp, due to the whole filling of the lake mechanics, do you ditch as soon as you find Flute? Or do you still at least like... I guess there's no reason to go all the way to Argus, because...
I think you ditch if you find Flute. If you find Ether, that's a tougher choice.
Well, I don't think you can afford to ditch if you find Ether.
Oh,
there's Flute.
Okay.
And there's a ditch.
Oh, we're in unconfirmed go mode. Depends what the Meyer medallion is.
And another save quit. We're in 2/3 go mode. Which sounds awkward because it sounds like we only have 2/3 of the items, but it's not what we mean. Now, that being said, this still guarantees that Turtle Rock is not required.
That's correct. We're just going back to Swamp, pretty much, or it's in the Meyer area.
Yeah, or it's in the Meyer area, which we won't even care. It still made Flute basically go mode. Well, not like you could have entered Turtle Rock. That was the whole thing. Not unless, like, not unless Ether was also in Swamp. What do we have? Quake!
Quake. Yep, so full go mode at 1 hour and 40 minutes in. Confirmed go mode.
Yeah, definitely easier to do that first, especially with how clean Raspberry's routing's been. The only thing that I think she can really question about her routing was it fine that I put off Aga till last in the light world at the start? That's about it. Everything else has been fairly solid on Raspberry's routing. Nice dodge of the laser there. Didn't quite get the whiz ropes. Oh, she lost beams. Fairy. Hello, Fairy. Fairy for a fairy. Oh, sorry, this is not Turno.
And I wonder if Dizel's gonna dive Swamp now. Still looking for those boots.
Yep. Hello, Riot Shield. Not really what we were looking for, but make those last 4 mimics easier at least. Come on, Big Key. Nope. Nope, can't be that easy. I always find this play interesting, but it depends on which way what you're gonna do with the cutscene room in the first place.
Oh, that's both items. It's just
Yep, we don't care about both items right now. Because I personally like to do the torches first, grab this item, and then go back. But it depends on your propensity for which way you wanna when you want to do vanilla big key chests.
If I was full clearing, I would do it now, but in go mode, that's a little bit of a tougher choice.
Well, the problem is it's a 50-50 regardless at this point.
Yep, either that or it's going to be the map chest.
Yep. Okay, whiz robes. Chops coming in for his validation arrow. And we have validation arrow.
I guess the only question is, do you feel behind as Raspberry? And I'm not sure. I think her routing has been pretty solid.
Yeah, I have a feeling that she can feel pretty confident. I'm not sure how much knowledge she has on Chops' strength. But I don't know the full seeding, but given that of course Raspberry's the 3-0 in the group, and I have a feeling she was also one of the higher seeds overall. I don't know. But yeah, as I said, aside from the early light world, I don't feel like there's too much that she could have done to really play differently. The only difference is, of course, how early you find the flute. Nice dash with the cane block there. Get the switch change. And now we can see that Chops is going to have a very different go mode from Raspberry.
again, we still need to know that Chops will get Flute here, but he will, as Ender says, will most likely full clear it looking for those boots or red
More correctly
cane.
for the cane, but
It could be interesting seeing what else. I mean, there's the
as
bug
well
net.
as ether.
Worst thing
of
worst
course.
thing you could see is ether in, I think. Oh no, I guess you'd still need red cane, so it wouldn't really hurt too much.
I will say ether won't throw him off too badly because ether won't affect his go mode. His go mode is going to be confirmed to be.
Yep, red cane will be the last item he will pick up for his go mode.
I don't know if Ender or if Chops ever saw the.
No, I don't think he. Yeah,
The T-Rock
I
medallion.
don't think he knows where the boots are. Oh no, yeah, you know. Did he ever go? Yeah, did he ever go up to Turtle Rock?
I'm not sure if Ender knows. I'm not sure if Ender tracks based on what they saw or just what we all know. Either way, Raspberry stocking up for her run here.
Yeah, I think it's based on once. Usually, it's once one person's confirmed. It's confirmed on both.
Well, I've seen some runners that leave it off, or some trackers leave it off because of the fact that they want to sort of show what the go modes are.
Sure.
Some of the higher level trackers. It's not as big a deal for the crystals, but it can be a bigger deal for the Mire and Turtle Rock medallions, depending on how differently routes go. Anyways, while we're talking here, Raspberryfloof is making her way up to Ganon's Tower. Once we get into Ganon's Tower, there is going to be... she's going to need to find the big key. The big key will be one of 22 possible locations. So everyone can either guess the number of locations they think we're going to check, or the location that it will be in. So everyone, get your bets in here as we make our way to Ganon's Tower.
I'm going to go with bottom left chest of the randomizer room.
Randomizer room, huh? I'm going with my traditional number 8, which by standard Ganon's Tower routing is the fire bar room. But I like going by the numbers, especially with all the routes that we can see through Ganon's Tower nowadays.
Okay, so we get to see some more items that were never picked up. So let's see.
Oh, look, a map. Hey,
another
green.
bottle. So is that all 4 locations confirmed? Because I think Raspberry, because the Raspberry found the other one. The dungeon Chops hasn't gone to yet.
I think so. Hey, look, it's Ether.
Not even gonna kill Argus.
Was that all items already? Couldn't be.
No. But it is a pendant, and you found at least one required item, and then a possible second required item. I don't necessarily disagree with it.
Yeah, it's just interesting play. I don't know where his plan is, because if he goes to Turtle Rock, he's going to be sorely sad. Okay, this is good.
Although, again, I don't know why you at least kill Argus.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what confuses me. Like, that was way too early. There were still 2 or 3 items left in there. Probably 2 items? Yeah, it must have been 2 items left.
Just before that.
So I think the big key was still left, but that also means the big chest was still left, and then both left side chests. Or did he do left side? Yeah, he didn't do left. That's what I thought. Well, no, and I know he can't do Turtle Rock without Cane, which is why I was confused. Like, it's a very brave... It's correct. Now, granted, it was more correct to do it after he got Flute. But it also makes sense to do it there, where he's like, okay, I've got everything I need for Mire. Maybe he's betting on Samaria in Mire. Maybe that's the difference. He got everything
Well,
he
he
needed.
can't know what the Meyer medallion is, although he does know.
He has all three. It doesn't matter. So
I
that's why
guess,
I'm
yeah,
saying
Meyer.
that could be the difference of why he did it after he got Ether. Was he went, I can get into Meyer, let's do it. I think that's what happened. He went, this opens up 4 chest locations, or sorry, yeah, this opens up 4 guaranteed item locations. It opens up the 2 in here, the 1 guaranteed item in Meyer, and 1 on Checkerboard Cave. That could all be Cane of Samaria. And likely 5 total locations, as we know is actually the truth. Fortunately, none of them are going to have Cane of Samaria.
Nope. We do have the other cane in the randomizer room, though. But still no big key yet.
Not keeping proper count, but we must be at 8, 9, that must be 13 so far.
Yeah, I don't think I'm pretty positive she's not due right side.
Whoops. Not sure if she wasn't high enough or if she just missed by a little bit there. Hello, Bob. How's it going? Oh, Bob fed us. Oh,
Nice.
Bob chest.
So number 14.
GB Plan gets the guess with the Bob chest. Our buddy Bob. Watching people fight mimics is always interesting because you see so many different strategies. Granted, when you have mirror shield, strategies aren't really relevant. You just literally walk up to them and fire an arrow at them. Granted, when you're getting slammed by beamzors everywhere, it's not quite so easy to do, but hey. Raspberryfloof with nice little just, I'm gonna walk through the cannonball room strategy. No boots, no danger, just walk. You can do it, Stelphos. You can, like, hold her up for, like, 20 minutes. Totally possible. Okay, they did not succeed.
Now point up to the task.
Be very impressive for a bunch of Stelphos to take out a 16-heart red male Link clone, whatever we call a sprite of something that's not Link.
Rumia.
Little silver arrow strats coming in here. 1, 2, missed it. Didn't you get it? Redeemed it! Chops found 1 item, I think. He has Riot Shield now, right? Yeah.
Yep, and that'll just be a heart
He's about
piece.
to find the second. Yeah, he's about to find the second one. And will that cause him to save quit immediately, or will he go till he finds big key?
You might as well get big key. But...
I agree, but I don't think he's gonna do it. Oh. I don't know which test he's going for still. Yeah, he's going all the way to the back. I think he switched to the mirror, then basically heard what we were saying, went, yeah, I should probably just go check if this is the big key now. Granted, you sort of need to check both chests now, because if you don't, you still need to come back all the way for the blue switch to unlock the map door anyways.
True.
Meanwhile, Raspberryfloof making short work of Ganon's tower here.
He's gonna need the magic for refill here.
Okay, he's fast enough. Got the cutscene. He's gonna get a big key, and then he's gonna skedaddle.
Raspberry needs to get that key from Helmasaur.
He's got one key left.
Oh, no.
Gets magic back.
Boots. Charge right through Moldrum.
Favorite strat on this fight once I realized that it was super easy. It's like, oh, he's coming straight at me. Let's charge all the way through him. Some validation bomb. To be fair, the bombs are the reason that she won this race. Okay, not the reason. She also just played a very solid race. But those bombs back in Hype Cave saved a lot of grief. For anyone who's forgotten about what I'm talking about, or was not here at the time, when Raspberryfloof went to do Hype Cave, he used her last bomb to open Hype Cave. The rat inside Hype Cave had a bomb drop.
Of course, Hype Cave had the hammer.
And the ice rod bench. Everyone was happy that we didn't need the ice rod. Well, I'm not sure. Are you guys happy we didn't need the ice rod?
Saw some use out of it, though. Saw her use it in Hera.
Look what ChopsDizel has found.
Oh,
look
finally.
at him! Look at him be very upset about. Well, maybe he's trying to deal with the pterodactyl.
Yeah. One of the few enemies, even with Red Man, 2 damage, I believe, right? Or is it only 1 damage with Red Man?
I think probably only 1, but I don't actually know.
I know it's. I think it's 4 with if you just have Green Mail, though.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Still 2 then. I'm not actually sure. And Raspberryfloof done phase 2 already.
Let's see if Chops remembers that you can just mirror and get the Butter Sword right now.
Either doesn't know or doesn't really care. Doesn't remember or doesn't really care. Because as we sort of mentioned before, it doesn't do a lot. It saves you.
Probably the best fight that saves you is Trinex, but you don't even have to fight Trinex.
I was about to say, at this point, it only saves you 12 swings on Ganon.
And
hey, look, it's a cane.
Right there. So that puts...
Oh no, a fall!
ChopsDizel officially in go mode.
Little fall by Raspberryfloof. I don't think it's really going to cost her, but... But there we are. Be a little bit longer before we have our first dot done. Okay, we're flying to the right spot this time. Good, good. Okay, let's count the sword swings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done phase 1. Turned his head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done phase 2. Yeah, exactly, ASTM. Hurts the pride more than it hurts the race. Get the swag hits in while you can. Arrows. Wood. No torch glitch going on here. Oh no!
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we're good. It's a triple. We might be sub 2.
Come on, yeah.
How long is the fanfare?
I believe.
Raspberryfloof finishing with an official SRL time of 1:59:59.
Gets the sub too.
Whew. That's one way to sub 2 hour the seed. I'm like, if she gets a triple, this will be close. And then she pulls off the triple. I'm like, okay, well. Who have we got around here? Sandstorm. It's a hospital's name. The seed is Sandstorm, everyone. I didn't know that Sandstorm was so cheap.
Only, yeah, 2 fetch quest locations. I wonder if we don't have the dig spot or the which item.
Okay, and Chop's going into Ganon Tower mode. Life lesson for sale, yeah.
Just 10 arrows, I believe, at the witch.
Not like there was a lot more to get, given that
No.
we know where Ether was. Yeah, the bug net
really.
to find.
Yeah, bug net pretty much the only item, unless a chain quest. Big spot has mushroom or something like that.
Yeah, bug net the only non-fetch quest item left to get. Oh, there's swordsmiths today, so they say. What did they even give us? I can't even remember.
It was, I believe, full heart.
Ah, okay. Yes. They loved us today.
Ten arrows, yes. Got all the arrow drops, I guess.
Well, we did find a lot, given how Raspberry played the seed. That'd be the one other thing that would put Raspberry feeling behind, is the fact that she did full clear a couple things, like checking Graveyard Cave was a significant time loss for her, among a couple other checks that she did. Thieves Town Big Chest was a fairly big loss of time compared to just going to Swamp as well. Like, it was interesting that she put off Swamp versus those outside checks, actually, in my opinion. But
yeah,
good game, Raspberryfloof.
Yeah, well, welcome, Raspberry.
Once we've got her muted. Anyways, but yeah. So for now, we've got ChopsDizel in Ganon's tower. It looks like he's gonna go. He'll go left side. I assume all the way to Bob's chest.
No reason not to.
Well, Would pull off some sort of strat where he cuts back at some point and goes back to the right, but
This would be the only key you could really get.
well, he's already got a key anyways. So I don't see a lot of reason for him to do it, but there is odd possible. Where he doesn't have permission to speak.
Hello.
Hey!
Hello,
there we
Raspberry.
go.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was an interesting seed. I was expecting the Turtle Rock dive at some point.
We were looking for so much of the scene. We're like, Turtle Rock dive would have to be so specific.
Oh, Chops did finish, did do more of Swamp Palace, and Ether was there.
Oh, wow. I don't think there were many other places it could have been, so I guess I'm not too surprised. I'm still surprised this was an Aghanim seed. At least I think it was.
Yes, it was.
Considering
Yes.
Aghanim was blocking a sword, and we didn't get Cape till after Aghanim.
But you had 3 swords before Aghanim. Still.
I suppose.
Like, how often, like, someone's like, the seeds got a troll somehow. We're like, how about 3 seeds before Aghanim, with Aghanim locking one as well? I think I said 3 seeds, but 3 swords. 3 swords before Aghanim, with Aghanim also blocking the last.
I guess the other big question is, what was your feeling on Hype Cave?
Um,
How'd you like seeing that lamp in your? How'd you like seeing the lamp in your icon menu?
I went in there with 1 bomb and I was like, oh no, I really hope there's either nothing here or I get bombs. And I was so happy I got bombs.
I'm like, she's out of. I'm like, why does she have a lamp? I'm like, oh geez, she's out of bombs. I'm like, why the heck did she switch to her lamp? I'm like, oh, she didn't switch to her lamp.
No, the game switched for me.
Yep. And then it had the hammer and the ice rod just to make you think you had to go to Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no, the ice rod. Oh yay, the hammer.
Yeah, I saw that hammer and I was like, oh my goodness, thank you so much for these bombs.
Your overworld routing seems pretty clean, that dude.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, there were a couple times when I did some silly things, like when I forgot that I didn't have ether for Turtle Rock when I was going up there, and then had to save and quit back and do Swamp.
Which at least saved you time.
Yeah.
We also got to find out from Chops that ether was further in.
Yeah, it was in the waterfall room before Argus.
Ah.
So he got the flute. He missed the boots.
Oh no.
He got the boots like 10 minutes ago. Like, yeah, pretty much just before he finished, I think. Basically, he got the boots, and then you know, he went and got Kane of Samaria immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And but what he did on Swamp was he got the flute and ether. He's like, well, I have guaranteed access to Meyer now because I've got all 3 medallions and a flute. Let's just go do Meyer. So he actually doubled it Meyer as well.
Oh wow.
Hoping for Samaria to be in Meyer.
At least he didn't take the bait and do Turtle Rock too.
Well, he couldn't have because Kane was his go mode.
Oh right.
We're sort of looking at the scene. We're like, there's not. It's pretty difficult for this to give us anything interesting. We're glad you checked pedestal. We're like, okay, it's ahead. She should check pedestal here.
I was hoping that flute wasn't on pedestal when I checked it, and then I think I save and quit away from Swamp or something, and forgot to get the last item there, so that's why I went back and got it.
From.
Oh, not Swamp, Skullwoods. After checking the pedestal.
Okay. Yes. I'm like, you didn't. Yes, you saved me quickly from Swamp, but it had nothing to do with forgetting an item. It had to do with being in 2 out of 3 chance of go mode. And not like you had much other option for where Ether could be, anyways. Anyways, anything stick out to you in that race?
Just really the Aghanim start. I'm like, I think I checked every single possible location before doing Aghanim. I can't remember if I missed anything or not anymore.
No, we're pretty sure you didn't. It was interesting because unfortunately it didn't make for the most interesting of races, but because Chops basically followed every play you did, but unfortunately didn't quite execute as well.
Aww.
And then missed the boots, and we're like, uh-oh. Oh no!
Oh no!
Chops with the death.
Oh no!
I don't think. No.
I was about to say there's no bug net, unless he found it somewhere, but I don't think he did. And Chops, well, I don't even know how important this is to fully play out. I'm not quite sure how the seeding's going to work for the rest of your group there, because you know that your group's seeding situation right now, eh, Raspberry?
Yes.
Yeah.
I finished 4 now, and Chops is 1 and 2 after this, with Hacksaw and Sir Peter of Ars at 2 and 2.
And he's got to face Amatsu still, who's already 0 and 3, so...
Yes.
If we make the
Gonna have
reasonable...
a tiebreaker, is he going to join it, or is he going to just... Gonna have a tiebreaker regardless, is he going to be able to join it his next race?
Yeah.
But congratulations on also advancing to the bracket stage then, Raspberry. Officially.
Thank you very much.
Alright, well, Chops on his second descent of the tower here. Gonna stop for the safety fairies on the way up this time. Yeah, because what was the one thing that he did that gave him the slight lead? It was it was the pod. You got Fire Rod.
Yep.
As you were going up Death Mountain. And then Hera had bow and mirror. Like, really? Well, there goes the entire possible advantage he just built. Like, all this is gonna do is make him take even longer to find boots now.
Yeah, I tried to stay away from Pod because I didn't have bow, so I was really glad that it was in Hera when I went up there.
Yeah. Well, and Hera was the place to be, apparently. Well, yeah, so that we have a combination of Raspberry just executed, I would say, overall better. Cleaner routing and cleaner execution, and then on top of that, you also have the whole there wasn't even a choice between dungeons. Because we didn't have Ether until we found Flute.
Guess you asked this. Curious, if you had found Ether in Swamp, would you have finished Swamp or go?
I was committed to finishing Swamp when I went in, just because I didn't want to go through and get Ether, leave, go do Turtle Rock, and then have to come back for the Flute if it actually was after Ether.
Yeah. And I was sort of, I'd sort of assumed the same thing. I'm like, I don't figure she has there's not enough value to leaving Swamp unfinished. compared to just finishing it, especially with how fast Swamp Ashy is, especially if you get to skip left side.
Those 2 pendants were still required with Desert Palace having the mitts. That also kind of hurt Dizel a bit.
Yeah, well, it didn't actually. That didn't affect him, actually. That, if anything, that actually saved him time. Because he didn't do the rest of Desert. He just got the Titan's Mitts and never came back.
True. But also, with the boots, really, Desert was only the major play at the point, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's an interesting situation where it would have caused him to lose time to do to complete Desert, but at the same time it was still gonna be faster because it meant he would have had boot. The corollary is that because it was boot, it would have been faster if he'd just been able to do the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess, Desert. It led him away from looking for those boots for quite a while. Well, still looking for them, but led him away from the location for quite a while, unfortunately.
Yeah. Never found a half magic seed. Must have been in Turtle Rock. Or somewhere else in Games Tower, or...
Yeah, not many places for it to hide.
No, not when Raspberry literally fulfilled the map. You had nothing, like, we saw Checkerboard Cave because Chops went there before he go mode. We saw, I can't remember what was in, Checkerboard or Meyer Hut, but we saw them both, and like that was the only overworld that you didn't do, right?
I think so, yeah.
Aside from fetch quests that you didn't have access to.
Yeah. I don't even remember seeing the mushroom or the shovel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not like you had access to them anyways, so they were either buried somewhere else in Ganon's Tower, or... Oh yeah, and we can see them on the credits. I just don't pay attention as I should.
Yeah, I think which was Arrows and the big spot was something else. Wasn't anything really. Of course, wasn't Bug Network. And the others left.
Oh yeah, and Lana Bean, by the way, Lana Bean didn't believe in you. Sorry, Lana Bean, we're calling you out. Lana Bean's like, rip 2-hour seed in chat as you fell. Then you proved Lana Bean wrong. Came back with that 159.59.
That was so great.
Like, if she gets a triple, she might just have it. Sure enough, got a triple. Okay, we've got a Ganon fight. We might be done, guys. Given all the silliness that's gone on with Chops, not actually awfully far behind.
I'm kind of surprised Chops didn't go and get his butter sword since it was right next to where the boots were.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have done it after the bonk rocks, but since that was...
But it was go mode. Yeah, it was a great triple arrow for sub 2. I thought you were I thought you might be off the edge again. Those good old flickery frames where you're like, I don't even know where her sprite is at the moment. Nope, no torch glitch. No torch glitch, no arrow hit.
I'm gonna put it for warp.
I feel like he should just be chugging the green potion and using fire rod, but that might just be me.
Oh, out. You can't.
This could be a nice double or triple. Nope, no double or triple. Oh, he's gotta watch out here. Could be a knockoff. Okay, good. He centered himself. Oh!
Oh, that could have been a double.
Yep. That. Oh. Okay, we should be fine. We're fine. Now where did Ganon go? Good. Is that a double?
It just needs one more hit anyway.
Needs one more. One more. There we go. And ChopsDizel walks through the door with an official SRL time of 2:21:11. "22 minutes behind Raspberryfloof, which is not bad considering boots were an hour and a half apart. Not to mention the gauntlet death. That was unfortunate there as well. Oh, so Raspberryfloof, X-Keeper's wondering when you're gonna commentate a run.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind tracking, but I'm not sure I would want to do commentary.
Alright, does look like Chops is going to join us. Couple minutes.
Also, while we're waiting for that, let me see if we've got any more racing goodness coming up tonight. Nope, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like we have anything else. There might be a run left going, might be that double run left, but I think it's probably over looking at the party that's going on in the other Discord channel. So I think that's all we've got for the secondary tournament tonight. Main tournament. Looks like on the Speed Gaming channel we had a race start an hour ago between Drunken Draconian and Zatox. So that'll probably have about half an hour to an hour left in it. So if anyone else is looking for a little bit more randomizer tonight, we got a partial race going on over on Speed Gaming. And I take it that's our other runner, ChopsDizel.
Yep, hello.
GG.
Hello.
Oh, thanks.
GG.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, we were commenting, that's a very solid time considering the boots discrepancy.
Yeah, I found them awfully late.
Mhm.
And of course, guess when Raspberry found them?
Almost immediately, huh?
As soon as she came off the tower, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I saw them on the pyramid, and I'm just like, well, I gotta make a note of that. And then with not having the mirror until, where did we get the mirror from? I don't remember.
That was
Kara,
in,
I believe.
Kara.
Oh yeah.
Kara was bow and mirror, just to throw you off the mirror tracks. He was like, here, go do
Yeah.
Eastern and Pod.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, oh yeah, Bo, let's go. And then yeah, if I would have just got the mirror, I probably would have done Darkwold North, but
Well, and then you sort of go, oh, I could have routed it in when I was walking across, could have gone there, had the cape already.
yeah. Go ahead.
And with your death in Ganon's tower, that time was actually fairly strong.
Yeah, I turned my cape off in the the worst possible. I'm trying to save a little bit of juice for that anti-fairy. That really nipped me in the butt.
No, good game overall.
Yeah, considering. I mean, did everything possible until I had to do Aga 1, so I wish I would have probably done Aga sooner. As soon as I got the Master Sword, I'm like, ah, crap. I have to go do Aga.
To be fair, you both did the same thing. You both full cleared Light World and then did Aga.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if we had found the hammer before having to go do Aga, we wouldn't have needed to.
Yeah, I don't think so, yeah.
Because you had no entry into desert.
Or I will say, or the book. If you found the book, you would have got Titan's Mitts, and then you wouldn't need. And then you would have got the hammer, and but you can always go down those paths.
Yeah, I got the Titan's Mitts by total accident. I went into desert thinking it was a crystal, and then I saw the key on the torch, and I was like, ah, crap. Well, we'll see what's in the middle here. Otherwise, I never would have even went in there if I remembered it was a pendant.
With the way the seed was going, you don't know how many more options you would have had but desert at that point.
Yeah, I think I had, I don't know, 5 or 6, but yeah, definitely, as soon as I got the book, I'm like, ooh, gotta go to desert.
The other spot that was interesting was that moment that you were just a little bit, you were behind Raspberryfloof most of it, but when you got the fire rod in pod, we're like, oh, that could be good. You might, it was bow locked with where it was, but it's like, it could be enough. And then, like, Raspberryfloof goes into Tower of Hera, like, 2 minutes later and picks up the bow in the mirror. We're like, well, now what?
Yeah. Yeah, when I found the fire rod, I'm like, ooh, good. That's, I don't know. I felt behind most of the way, just with how much we had to clear, and then me having to double dip Mire. I thought for sure Keen was going to be in Mire.
Yeah, I was confused for a moment when we saw you save and quit out of Swamp. We're like, there's still like 2 or 3 items left there. I wasn't counting the items specifically. I'm like, there's still at least 2.
Yeah, I had 2 left, and I didn't want to waste time going left side. I just played the odds, and I didn't do. There was 1 item left in Thieves Town. I skipped that.
Well,
I was just playing the odds.
Well, and once I realized, I'm like, oh, he has guaranteed access to Mire. That's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as soon as I got the flute, I'm like, that Kane's probably in Checkerboard Cave or in the 2 by Mire there.
And then you got Ether, and it's like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Now Mire's open too.
Well, I'm just glad I got Kane last, because if I would have got flute if I would have got Kane first, I probably would have dipped in a T-Rock.
Well, you could. The nice advantage there was you could.
Oh yeah, it was Ether. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well,
did you know it was Ether?
Yeah, I checked T-Rock when I did Hookshot Cave.
We couldn't remember if you checked it because we remembered Raspberry checking it. We knew it was Ether already, so we sort of forgot when you were up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, nice 4-0 job there, Raspberryfloof.
Thank you.
One more race for you to make it a complete mess there, Chops.
Yeah.
There's going to be a tiebreaker either way. Do you want to join?
Yeah, there's going to be a tiebreaker either way. It just depends if I'm included or not.
It's no AC group, but you still want to make it as messy as possible, right? ACAD.
Yeah.
I know AC was, right? I don't even...
I think I said earlier that Group T has a chance of everybody being 2 and 2. That'll be a complete mess.
Oh, AC has the chance for 3-3-1s. That's what it was. AC almost guaranteed has 3-3-1s because they've got an 0-3 versus a 2-1. But yeah, wow. Group T has that chance for 5-way tie.
I don't know if Group J could do that too, but...
But yeah, GG everyone.
All right, sounds good.
GG, and thank you all for commentating, and thank you Dark Shadows for the restream.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Who did the
Ender was the
Ender
tracker.
ZX.
Tracker.
That's good.
Thank you for the amazing race. So yeah, once again, everyone, follow our amazing runners here. Darn it, Lightyear!
And actually, is there a better command? I thought there was a command that also shows. I'll just link.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
All right, good night, everyone. Good luck in the rest of your tournament. Raspberry, good luck next round.
Thank you, and good night.
Dizzle, good luck getting to the next round.
Oh, thanks. All right, we'll see you guys.
Have a good night.
All right, so I think that'll be it for this race.
So that once again, that was the what are we, Group P here?
Yep, a Group P race.
Group P race, confirming that of course Raspberryfloof is going to have solo control of first place, and setting up the tiebreaker match of Group P to determine if we're gonna just one more race to determine if it's going to be a 2 or a 3-man tiebreaker to determine the last entrant. Of course, as we said, stay tuned. Plenty of races coming up in the next couple weeks. Not sure what's going to be. Not sure how many race teams we're going to see on Randomizer Mania, but definitely keep an eye on that Speed Gaming channel. They're full of races for the next another 3 weeks, I believe. They still have of their
currently
Swiss
in week
round.
4. Currently in week 4 of the Swiss round.
6?
Yep, 6 weeks, and then
whatever, and then their
big tiebreaker race.
Yeah. So yeah, so stay tuned to the Speed Gaming and Randomizer Mania channels. Remember, there's 4 of each. So if you like, just follow the channels to see whenever we're live. Just go ahead and just add 2, 3, and 4 after both Speed Gaming and Randomizer Mania, and follow all the channels. Good night, everyone.
Good night.